Today's episode will be Gen Z Unplugged, what makes us actually buy. How branding works for example, like other generations might not work on us.
Nowadays, with like social media and stuff, it's a lot of influencer marketing as well, which I think changes the landscape of how people advertise.
So it's a little bit more like relatable in one sense. So it makes it a little bit more like, hey, I can
See myself doing that. Right?
Doing that.
If it doesn't look right, I feel like that reflects on the company. I am impulsive. So I'm not like that big on rewards programs actually. Barbenheimer. Oh my god, yes!
Yeah.
Barbenheimer. I forgot about that.
Welcome back to another episode of Speaking with the Stars. And today you can kind of see our setup is a bit different. And if you notice, we have two very special guests here with us today.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarah. I am a strategy consultant.
I'm Amani, so I'm also a consultant. I've been working consultant similar about 5 years now.
I think to start off, I actually prepared a very fun game for you guys.
Ooh, okay.
It's called Rapid Fire. Could you call it that? Rapid Fire, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you see, there's two cards here, and on the front it's like green, which represents yes, and then on the back is a no. I really just want to understand, like, how do you guys shop? Like, how do you guys buy things and all that? So we're gonna go through a series of questions. Question 1: You've bought something just because the packaging was cute?
Yes.
Oh, okay, me too. I'll say like a yes. You've added items to a cart and never checked out?
Oh, yes, for sure. Big yes.
Definitely.
Okay. You've bought something because it was trending on your FYP?
Yes.
Yes, okay, I admit to that one. Yes.
It's a yes for
I think
me.
everyone's a victim of that though.
Oh.
Especially now.
Okay, the next round is called brand behaviors. Okay. So I'm going to test a bit about like how you guys see brands and all that. Okay. Question 1: You follow brands on socials but never buy from them?
Yes.
Okay.
For the aesthetics.
Okay. You've tried a product because of FOMO?
Yes.
No.
You judge brands by their Instagram aesthetic?
Yes.
Yes.
If it doesn't look right, I feel like that reflects on the company and like the products that they sell.
Okay.
Right. Especially if it's like it's like a new brand or something. It's like it doesn't look aesthetic. It might be like a scam.
Last segment of this rapid fire. Actually, it's not that rapid, but it's fire for sure. It's fire. Okay. So the third one is influence and discovery, right? So how do you get influence and how do you discover products? Okay, let's dive into it. 4 questions. First one goes, your friends' Instagram stories influence your purchase more than ads?
Yes.
It's a both, like 50-50 for me.
Ooh, okay.
It's like a 50-50. Yeah. It's a 50-50 for me.
Okay. Second question. You've bought something just because a celebrity was wearing it?
No. I don't think I've ever done that.
I have.
Third question. You trust reviews from strangers online?
No.
Kind. Depends who the stranger is.
Last question. You've bought something to match your feet's aesthetic?
Oh, no, I don't think I've ever done that.
We talk about a lot about like branding, and of course I feel like our generation is impacted by branding, but in a very niche way, in a very like creative niche way. Like how branding works for example, like other generations might not work on us, because I personally feel like there's like a sense of fatigue. How do you guys see branding today for like Gen Zs in general?
I think it's a lot more like hip. You know, it's a lot younger and a lot of brands cater primarily to Gen Zs now compared to like everyone else, because that makes sense. We are the buyers of today, right? We make them the money from today's world.
Adult money.
We make the adult monies. We have the spending power for it now. And I think we all have very strong aesthetics as well in terms of like what we like and what we dislike. And a lot of brands are catering to that in terms of like being cool, being hip, showing up very differently from how they did, I guess, in the previous years. So I think that's also, I guess, nowadays with like social media and stuff, it's a lot of influencer marketing as well, which I think changes the landscape of how people advertise.
The content that they've produced nowadays is a little bit more user focused. So it's more of like end user like thinking like, a day in my life like this, and then they kind of like like slot in the products or the things that they want to advertise, right? So it's a little bit more like relatable in one sense. So it makes it a little bit more like, hey, I can like
see myself
doing that. So that's why I want to be like or buy that certain thing.
Oh, that's true. I think that's true.
It's like unselfish content.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's more like trying to make it relatable to the end user, not just like, oh, I have this kind of lifestyle and only I can produce this and you can't. So that's a disconnect.
That's so true. And that has actually changed so much because like influencer marketing is not something new. It's just really shifted, especially after the pandemic, I feel. Yeah, because there's like so many, I would say like organic content creators that came out about during like pandemic and everyone was like cooped up at home. You can't literally go anywhere to show off, right? Yeah, I just feel like that's where it kind of shifted.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Right?
Yeah.
Are there any like cool brand activations that you guys have recently been influenced by or you guys think it's pretty cool?
I think like particularly like in the local scene, I quite like Chucks as an example. They're very young. I think their aesthetic in general is very like nice. It's very young. It's very clean. It's very hip. And because they branch into quite a lot of products. So they started off with like the makeup, and then they have the mother chuckers for like clothes and stuff, right? And they continually like release new stuff every season.
Skincare.
Yeah, and every season is like the aesthetic for like whatever they're selling is just so strong. You know, it's really tied up to like whatever they're selling. So like for example, they launched their what do you call it? They had like a pajama set recently and that looks really nice. And the way that they sold that is like again like relatability, like the lifestyle thing, like putting like
So true.
yeah, just like young beautiful people in pajamas like, in a villa, and it looks like really nice, and like you want to live that life, you know. And like I love brands who are able to kind of showcase that in the way that they market their products, I guess, even in just like the way they shoot their stuff, and the way that they talk to their consumers.
Emily, what about you?
I think mainly like brand activations. I feel like if I could give an example, would be Grab a bit because they kind of like expanded a bit about their products. So I think I signed up for their Maybank X Grab credit card. Right. Technically, with that, it's like my lifestyle mainly revolves around Grab a bit because Grab food and all, right? So kind of use that. So when I sign up for the credit card, it's kind of like a bit more beneficial for me because they give more points and everything. They give cash back. So it's kind of cool that they expanded just beyond like, you know, an e-hailing kind of like platform.
Yeah.
But they've also gone into like, you know, into the financial like
banking.
Yeah.
I realize a lot of brands do this nowadays, right? I'm not sure why, but there's like this sense of like nostalgia that's coming back into marketing. I think like Barbenheimer was like
Barbenheimer. Oh my god, yes.
yeah,
Barbenheimer. I forgot about that.
we're literally talking about it as well.
Barbie in itself last year was such a huge thing, and like I feel like not just like in movies in itself, we see packaging, we see brand tone and all that.
Yeah.
Like, when coming back to bringing our inner child, like what is something nostalgic that hits you guys?
On the topic of Barbie, I was a Bratz girl. So when Gentle Monster launched their recent like Bratz collab, I thought that was like so cool. They brought back basically all 5 girls from the Bratz, and any kind of like PR packages that they were sending to influencers came with the Bratz doll with the same set of glasses that the influencers would get. So like them bringing back Bratz in line kind of after Barbenheimer happened felt like such a good like move as well.
So cute.
You know, like Barbie's like coming back up. So like, just release Bratz again.
Yeah, Bratz
And now they're both back up. So it's like super nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Amani, what about you?
I was gonna say Barbie. That was a
You can.
yeah, because honestly, when Barbie came out, like it was like you said, like you know, everyone jumped on the wagon.
Yeah.
Like you know, they started like using all pink. So a little bit more of like you know, bringing those like nostalgic kind of like memories for you, and you'd be like, oh wait, I get that reference.
Right.
You know, because I used to live in that time too. Yeah.
It really does work for us for some reason. Another brand though that I've seen coming back is Coach. Yeah, I feel like with their recent launch of like
Coachtopia.
Yeah, Coachtopia, it's like doing so well. Yeah, what do you guys think about that?
People just in general now really like really value thrifting and recycling because you know the way the earth is going, right? And Coachtopia is centered around that. It's centered around reusing fabrics that have already been utilized, right? And like remaking that into a special piece that's one of a kind.
Yeah.
It's thrift. It's not thrifted per se, but like it uses recycled materials.
Sustainable.
Yeah, it's sustainable. So it feeds into like I guess their values, personal values as well, on top of like it just being a really nice bag.
Since we talked about brands and how they're like creating so much content, these are like big brands, right? But I think influencer marketing is taking such a niche shift, I'd say. Like rather than kind of separating influencer from the audience, it's kind of merging together right now. Like just now when we talked about like unselfish content and like kind of painting the product within the lifestyle and like lifestyle campaigns and all that. Yeah, I feel like content creation is taking that role. But Sarah, like how are you creating content right now? Because we know that you're more active on TikTok recently, right? And you've been like seeing some growth. Okay. Share a little bit about that. Yeah.
So I thought like, I'll use TikTok to just like make some new friends and post some stuff that I was doing during like the pandemic. And then kind of after that, I started taking it, not taking it seriously, but I was starting to post kind of like holiday content. And then one day, one of the holiday contents like blew up. And it was the one of me in Jakarta. So I posted a photo dump of like kind of what I did, and I kind of narrated it over like I like the carousels over like videos. Right. So I would like narrate kind of what I did there and stuff. And one day I woke up and it was like maybe 3K likes, right? Yes. And at that point I only had like 40 likes in the normal days. So I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And I think like from there, like anything I've kind of posted has been still kind of the same values in terms of like, I just want to be authentic. I just want to post stuff I did.
How long did that take for brands to start reaching out to you?
They maybe took like a couple months, maybe 3-4 months after the first one. And they saw that like, I could get like macam consistent likes on it and consistent, not just likes, like consistent engagement as well. People are like macam commenting on my stuff and I get to like kind of build a community around that, which I think brands value.
What about you, Amani? Are you on TikTok a lot?
Say yes. Well, I'm not an avid poster. Like I don't really like posting so much. But recently I just like to do like trends, like the funny ones, like Yeah. So that one I would hop on it and then just do it with friends, right? But not really like to get out there and to post and get likes and stuff.
Do you feel like Sarah's content? I mean, like she's talking about like authenticity, right? Like, do you kind of see that resonating through the things that you consumed? Not just like Sarah in itself, but like your entire FYP.
It's a bit of a half and half. Like I would say some content creators are very much just out there for paid partnership. And now TikTok has that kind of label, like this is a paid partnership or sponsored and stuff. So you know that they are actually trying to promote that.
Yeah.
But in some cases where some influencers also try to make it relatable.
Yeah.
Like they really like review it with like kind of honesty a bit.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that, like some people are really real about that. So because in the end it's like you want to be able to benefit from, buying a certain thing, right? Because again, you're using your hard-earned money for it. So you better be good. And if the influencer is saying, oh, it's good, but it's actually not good, then you kind of like get mad a bit. You feel like angry in the sense of like burning money.
Yeah.
So that kind of pains you, right? So then you definitely will not follow that, that influencer or buy that certain product ever again.
Yeah, authenticity and realism is literally how we connect online today. I feel like everyone just needs a breather from all the glitz and glam. Okay. Talking about TikTok Shop. I don't really like to talk about TikTok Shop.
Guilty as charged.
Okay, I want to know a little bit about TikTok Shop, like your TikTok Shop buying habits. Because are we really that impulsive?
Okay.
Tell us.
I am not. Okay, I am impulsive. So the thing is about me is when I look at TikTok Live and then I get influenced a lot by when they say like when there's a human there and you go on it on the live and then they kind of like answer your questions and you have to be, it can be like, you don't have to show face or anything, like they just can see your name, right?
You like it because it feels personalized. Like you have to like interact with that person even
immediately,
online.
right?
Yeah, immediately.
It's the immediacy that kind of seals it in.
Correct, because I can just go on like Shopee and I can also go on like other e-commerce platforms, right? But it's like me and a screen. It's like I don't get much of like interactiveness of if I have a question, really burning question, right? Yeah. Like how do I answer them because I'm shopping online? It's different than if I shop in person, then of course I can ask a sales assistant, right? So yeah.
So marketing is human, selling is also human.
Yeah, so real. Like personalization is at the top right now because everything is so saturated. What are some of the brands that you guys can think of, or like not just brands but like the kind of characteristics of the brand that kind of kept you guys loyal for months, or like maybe like get you to come back even just one more time?
I guess I could share. I think I shared with you guys as well, like offline, right? You know how I had the experience with TGV?
Yeah.
So I was collecting points. I didn't know I had that so much movie monies, right?
Yeah.
And then that one day they had this like sort of like a event. They're like, okay, just spin the wheel and then you get this kind of prizes. And then if you don't, then you can still get movie monies. And the movie monies were quite good. They were like 3,000 to 4,000 points, which translate to like, one IMAX ticket or one, two IMAX ticket and so on. Wow. So I just got on it and then it sort of like built up my points a lot. And I was just like, okay, I want to claim them. Right. So that's why I prefer like this TGV compared to other cinema, because like kind of like the point system there, and then the translation to like rewards is quite enticing.
I remember like the other day you had like you talked about like having a coupon of like 50 ringgit and you felt like that wasn't enough.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you didn't want to spend it.
That was like a minimum spend problem.
It was a minimum spend problem.
Right.
It's like, I think it was something like, I got an email or something, right? And then they were saying that, oh, you have like 15 ringgit off.
Okay,
but
for
you have
context, like what kind of brand is this? For just like the viewers to kind of understand.
It was a fashion brand.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a fashion brand. And they were saying that, so you can use 50 ringgit off, but then minimum spend of like 100 ringgit.
Wow.
And I'm like, why would I want to spend 100 ringgit just to get 15 ringgit off?
Right.
Unless it's something that I really have been, like I was really eyeing for it.
It's like the value doesn't tally then.
A little bit.
Effort.
It's a lot of effort, yeah, correct. It's a lot of effort.
Okay, Sarah, what about you?
I guess it's a little bit different. I would say it's a little bit different because like I am loyal to brands that I like, but not necessarily buy. Maybe I've bought them a couple times before, but I don't buy them now. But I'm still quite loyal to it. Like TikToks, for example, I don't buy a lot of their products now, but I'm still loyal. I would one day, but if I wanted to buy something from that realm, I would buy it from them. You know what I mean? Like that's how I see loyalty.
Right.
Same with, I guess, Grab. Sometimes loyalty is just that you have this biggest provider or competitor in the market, right? Like Grab to me is like the best super app, right? I'm loyal to them, but I also have kind of my other options when Grab doesn't work.
Okay, maybe then I'm curious, right? Like, because you have that emotional loyalty. But what if
That's a
like
good word. Emotional loyalty, yeah.
Yeah, like if let's just say Chucks today, like if they have a loyalty program, if they don't, but let's just say they do, right? And you said that you bought their stuff before, and let's just say they gave you an offer that is like Amani said, low effort. Right, would you go back? Like if let's say, hey, we just launched our new mask set, or like we have like seasonal blah blah blah, and like since you bought something last time, like here's
I would definitely go back. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's like it's just like missing that one more step.
Yeah.
To kind of build that transactional loyalty.
Yeah.
From emotional.
Yeah. And it's like bringing customers back, right? Because like I have not bought from them for like maybe like let's say example like
Right.
A year.
Right.
They could look at their customer database and see that I haven't bought from them in like a year.
Yeah.
Use that insight to be like, hey, actually we can give you this. We launched this new thing.
Yeah.
Would you like to get like some discounts from it or like some points or I don't know, like that'd be quite nice. I actually would love that.
Yeah. And I think like what's really cool with emotional loyalty is that emotional loyalty in itself is also currency. Like for example, word of mouth is also currency for them. But like I feel like a lot of brands don't really tap into that because they probably know how powerful it is, or maybe they don't. But they either focus on transactional loyalty, but make the mistake of making it too high effort, high value for customers to even bother about it. And then emotional loyalty, they don't really tap into it also. Like, these people like our brands, they think about it as like acquisition, but like they don't think about how they can build a community with their existing base of customers. And that community in itself is also powerful.
Very powerful, like
Right?
yeah. I think a recent one that I saw was like a bit more gamified. So Zeus, they kind of like say that if you join the app or you get referrals, then you get like one coffee or something you can claim, right? Yeah. But in the app itself, in their reward system, they have this check-in thingy. So the check-in daily, you get this amount of points, right? So from day 1 to day 5, let's say you get 1 point each if you check in. But if you wait up until day 7, continue on a continuous streak, right? You get like 21 points.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's kind of like rewarding. Like I want to go in every day and get that the big money. Yeah, the big money. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting in the way that they gamified it. So they keep you like in the loop, thinking like, first thing to do, check in.
It's like building a habit.
Yeah,
top of mind as well. It's just what brands want, right?
It's so true. And Amani's a habit girl.
Yeah.
Would that work on you?
No. I'm not like that big on rewards programs actually, in terms of like check-ins and all that.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like the little
like personalized stuff.
Yeah,
for you.
personalized stuff.
Okay, Sarah, what makes personalization stick so much for you rather than just like keeping a streak?
I think for me, and I think for a lot of people who are a bit more messy, I would say that's not an insult, a bit more messy. They don't like keeping up with like the notifications, keeping up like with opening the apps and all that. Because like to us, it's a lot of like, I guess in like today's world as well, there's a lot of information going around and it's a lot of like stimulants going around. Like you're constantly like getting pinged somewhere. So like adding that becomes another like thing that you have to do, and it feels like a lot of work. And I think that's kind of a blocker, I would say, for at least people like me who are not kind of maybe don't see the value enough in terms of like what the rewards are to be able to keep up that habit.
Right.
So maybe another question is also kind of like, what are the rewards that people are giving, like these brands are giving, to make you see that there's value in that? So Amani obviously see there's value in like the Zeus, for example, right? Exactly.
This recently also because I just like their matcha latte.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like to me, like I don't have any like experiences where I like particularly maybe like want the reward per se.
Yeah.
So like unless I see there's the value, there's no reason for me to like keep up any of that habit.
Have you guys heard about paid memberships before?
Paid memberships?
Yeah, like for Kinokuniya is one.
Yeah, I love it. Paid membership.
What makes you wanna pay for it?
Because it goes into, I think it's like the lifestyle thing. Like I love reading books, right? So like I'm buying a lot of books, and if I am buying a lot of books, I would like to at least save some sort of money every purchase. And for Kinokuniya, it's like every purchase is like a couple of it's an X amount of discount every time. I don't think it's a point system. Maybe they do have one, but I'm not sure. But it's definitely X amount of discount every time you purchase a book.
That also applies to like home stores, like home improvement stores or home and living stores as well. They always have that membership price and then also non-member. Like recently I can share the experience that my mom wanted to buy a desk, like so much wanted to buy the desk. And then the normal price was like almost like 1,000. But if you sign up for member, it's only 400. Which is like kind of like a big discount, right? Yeah, that's why. So we're like, my mom immediately signed up for member. Of course, you have to pay a bit. It's like 20 ringgit like that. But in return to the value that you get, it's like a lot more.
How this kind of translates to every single touch point in the customer journey, right? Like for example, just now Amani shared about like she likes TikTok Shop because it's like right in front of your face. I think it's like the brands bringing the conversions points closer to each other each and every single time. And like, what do you guys think? Like retention marketing is gonna look like with that in mind in the next couple of months or like in the next year?
I think Gen Zs don't particularly like a lot of interactions like that, right? We don't want people calling us. We don't want people like showing up at our house and selling stuff. So I guess I don't know what the predictions are gonna be, but like I guess things to keep in mind is like how do you balance between closing that touch point and like not being in someone's space to the point where it becomes
like you were saying just
bad
now, like,
for the brand, right?
Like how if you sign up for something and something just like kind of bombards you.
Yeah, and then you get overwhelmed and you already don't like that. That sets the tone for like how you are doing marketing as a brand. That throws people off, I would think, So maybe minimalistic marketing might be the future. Like Zeus, I guess it's pretty easy, she's just doing the points, getting the points, and you get a reward, and that's kind of like how
you don't use Zeus?
I don't, but you do. So like it's a good like easy retention kind of way, right? Yeah. So I don't know. Like I'm excited to see kind of what people are gonna think of in terms of like going beyond and closing that gap even more. But also keeping that balance.
Right.
Yeah.
Money.
I think now the trend is a lot more interactive experiences. In terms of like for retention, retention there's like a few layers to it, right? Because like one, you can be continuing using the same product or brand specifically is because the product itself is selling itself. Product itself is good. So you don't need much marketing there, right? But there's also layers where you're coming up with new, a new company coming out and starting out, right? You want to build that sincere, or how do I say, authenticity with your users, right? So being more open, being more descriptive or informative about your products or your services and how it actually benefits them and relate it back to them, right? So relatability in that one sense, right?
So I think just to wrap it up, what is one word you would use to describe marketing in general in like the next couple of months?
Minimal.
Say again?
Minimal.
Okay.
Sorry to cut you off.
Minimal.
Interactive, but also not overloading, like what Sarah said, like the emailing and stuff. That's not interaction at all.
Right.
Or telemarketing, sometimes spam callers and all, right? So it's a bit more of the
meaningful interactions.
Yeah, meaningful interactions, correct.
Right. Okay. For me, I would say personal. Personalized. So I think we got like a really great balance here. And I guess in a sense, to close it all off, we kind of think that marketing in the next 6 months could look like something very intentional. And I think there's so much more data to behold in terms of marketing to help brands understand who their customers are. And then thus, how do we then market to them in a very intentional, personable, interactive, but also very tasteful, minimal way. I think that wraps up for our first ever episode of Speaking with the Stars podcast series. We hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you found anything useful. And we hope to see you in our next episode very soon.